All right, folks, welcome back. You're listening to Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer. And with that being said, Dirt Dude is on the line. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
What's up, man? Super busy trying to figure out how to cover everything I got going on.
That's why I did a commercial super short, because I have a feeling you were jamming last night.
Oh, man, there was so much going on. It was so good. Everything really clicked last night. Weather was perfect. Car counts were good. A couple were kind of low, but the racing was just super good. We went through a lot, and there's a lot to cover for this coming up. So our race last night was great. Today we had go-karts at the track, and they're trying to do that once a month now. They're going to have go-karts at the track on Sunday.
Oh.
Bring your own or rental.
Really?
So, yeah, you can ride and drive.
Sweet.
So
on the infield or on the big track?
On the infield.
A road course or circle?
Circle.
Okay.
Dirt oval.
Cool.
So dirt carts.
Yeah.
Our junior drivers are going to be at El Cajon cruise night next week on Wednesday. Next weekend at Barona Speedway, May 17th, Mike Corn Memorial. Every main event's 44 laps for his number 44. They're featuring IMCA mods, sport mods, hobby stocks, sport compacts. And then the weekend after that, May 14th, we'll be back at our track, IMCA mods, sport mods, Southwest Lightning sprints, street stocks, and pony stocks. And then the last race at Cocoa Paw for the summer break, or going into their summer break, will be May 21st. ASCS winged sprints, Barona pure stocks. Our pure stocks are going to be out there, hobby stocks, sport compacts, and then we'll come back to our track again. So it's good racing there for those weeks. Our lineup last night, we had in our junior sprints, Danielle Friel. She's been on your show before, got a main event win. Cody Isabella got a main event win in the Sportsman Mini Dwarfs. That was like his second, maybe even his third.
Yeah.
Sheldon Scott in the Masters Mini Dwarf got his first main event win. Onto the big track, Darren Brown got a main event win, which was pretty phenomenal. I mean, he's always doing really good at our track. They started out, track was really, really good for them. It was a little wet, but it started rolling in towards the end. And, man, it was just a good battle. Brittany, hats off to that woman. She finished fifth out of all those guys. She ran second for a while, too. So
yeah.
Brittany did really good last night. On to the next one was Southwest Lightning Sprints. They came with wings. Grant Sexton got a main event win. And, dude, they freight trained. The top three cars they were just like, I didn't get the timing and scoring on them, but they were so fast. That's the fastest those guys have ever been at our track. And it was just like, Grant got done at the end, and I was like, man, this track was hooked. And they were running mid to almost just out of the mid of the corners. And he's like, I matted it, and I never lifted, and I had guys on my tail.
Wow.
So it was just, Brendan Tremonti and Jeremy Queener, those three were just coming up through traffic and splitting cars. It was just so crazy how fast they were and going through traffic. Into sport compacts, Chris Nemi had his little Ford Focus, got a main event win. Macy Constance, hands to that girl. She's 14 years old. She got second. And then Marcy McCowan, our racing realtor, she pulled off a fourth in that one.
All right.
So that was really good for her. And then into the modifieds, PJ Dyke got a main event win. So that's his first one. He has a second and a third to the season. And then IMC Hobby Stocks, Thomas Daffrin came up out of Brawley for a main event win. And then on to our last one of the night was the Pure Stocks, Rick Chavez. We turned them around backwards, and they ran a great main event. Rick Chavez got a main event win in the Pure Stocks. Trying to see what else I need to cover. We had with our juniors and everything, we had over 104 cars, so over 100 cars. Our hot lap session, we did the heat races. 104 cars, and we did all hot lap sessions in an hour and 7 minutes.
No kidding.
We smoked through that, and then into the main event. Some crazy car fires last night. Everyone's okay. Ken McWilliams had a fuel pump leak or fuel hose leak, fuel rail, caught the car on fire, and it went up. Tough break for him. He's going to work on trying to find another car, but he got a car okay. And then we had another car that had a car fire, small motor fire. So our fire and rescue guys are busy last night. But, man, it was just a great night of racing. That track really came together, and we're hoping it's going to, get better in the future once we get it figured out on how to really dial in this track and keep the moisture in it and everything.
Oh, I don't know. Everybody that I talked to said that track was hooked up. Brittany said that was the best night she said she's had, and she couldn't remember. I mean, she sent me some videos, and I mean, she was first for a while there. I mean, she was just really doing well, and then finished fifth. And there were some pretty heavy hitters.
Her heat race and her main event, she was running against Darren Brown in the heat race, and was running with them. Actually, was leading, and then you're not going to stop Darren, but Darren got in front of her, and then so she just got behind him and figured out how he was going to run. And I think she just went to school and learned how to get that car to rotate better like she needs.
Well, you probably wouldn't have known this, but she had power steering issues again last night. So the power steering went out on her. I don't know which races she was in. So she's thinking it's some kind of an electrical issue. So they've got to get that ironed out, because I bet you if that power steering hadn't have failed, she would have been higher up on the standings.
I couldn't even tell that she was having power steering problems. That car just looked really good.
Yeah.
And that wasn't Darren Brown in the E race. It was Mike Tobiasen. That was the 88 Michael Tobiasen. I'm looking back at the notes, and it was like, man, she had a good heat race. She came in second in the heat race, started it, but then, like I said, Tobiasen's got a couple main event wins.
Yeah.
Brittany's there. She's just getting that car finally figured out, and the track's coming together, and, it's just one of those things, just time will tell.
Well, seat time. Seat time. That's all it is. And the more she does, the better off it is. But it's really good to see people like Marcy and some of the folks that have just gotten into running out of Barona do well, because that's what's going to keep that track alive and well and keep everybody happy.
Yeah, I'm glad that Marcy McCowan got into this, and that's like her second race.
Yeah. And
to do as well as she did, and it's in a sport compact, that just gives you a testament of how the group is, and then how they're doing with it. Macy Constance, like I said, 14 years old, and she's been there. She's been like. I said she did really great last night, and her dad's like, she's been really great. She hasn't got a main event win, but she's always in the top 2 or 3.
Sure.
And her time's coming too.
Yeah. So. It's just a matter of time. And then once it happens, then then the floodgates, sort of speaking. So when's the next race, and what's on the calendar?
The next race for us is going to be May 14th, and same thing. Gates open at 2, and then racing starts at 6-ish. And then that's going to be, like I said, sport mods, modified sport mods. Southwest Lightning Sprints are coming back again. I think they're wingless this time. They were winged last night. They're going to be wingless again. The street stocks, pony stocks, and then once again, the next 2 races at Kokopah. If you're looking for something to do, it could be a great night, especially the Mike Corn Memorial. Mm-hmm. I got invited to go to that. I want to see if I can, get my schedule cleared. If not, I'd really like to go out there for sprint cars on the 21st. Mm-hmm. I missed last night. Sprint cars ran at Paris with us. I'm not sure who's calling in from Paris tonight or for today for you.
Yeah.
But they had a really good race there too. That track was the best they've ever seen too. So
yeah, I got a Matt Mitchell's calling in, and he had a win last night. And did Sexton had a really bad wreck? I don't know what track he was at. Tore the whole.
He was at Paris last night, and he wadded the car up on the front straightaway. He said he started somewhere flag stand and didn't stop to hit turn one. front of the car's gone.
Yeah.
He's already going to build a car. He's already got a chassis they're building for it, and they have to replace it. So it was bummed. Good to see. I'm glad to see he got out of the car. You know, his cousin's Grant Sexton that was at our track last night. So it's just.
I bet he was dizzy. What do you want to bet he was dizzy?
I haven't seen the video yet. I'm hoping to see some. I saw pictures of the car afterwards. Matt Hicks from our track main event win last night in modifieds there at Paris too. So,
all right.
It was a good night for them too. They're just hoping for a good season everywhere. A lot of great racing.
Yeah. Well, and it just, it's that COVID pent up mentality. I mean, look how good Brittany's doing. I mean, man, all of a sudden there's a fire under that girl. I mean,
I think it's just she's finally, stepped up into the car and got it dialed in and figured out that she's been working with everyone from the B&B crew, like all these guys that have B&B chassis. Like there was 3 or 4 of them last night, B&B chassis, and they're good cars. They were all up there in the front.
Well, I think the fact that she's getting behind some really, really good drivers, and she's just settling in and learning and following and watching where they go and watch what they do. And, and I think once she gets this, this power steering thing, taken care of, I would not be surprised if she doesn't, podium and / win a race. I really do.
I see her being there soon. Yeah, she's got the capability to be there.
Yep. Well,
like I said, El Cajon Ford. I got to thank El Cajon Ford, one of our sponsors here. El Cajon next Wednesday night cruising. Our junior drivers are there.
Sweet.
And then we got a lot going on. So everyone just check out Barona Speedway on Facebook, BaronaSpeedway.com, or follow along on my Dirt Dude page on Facebook.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, thank you very much for calling in. Sure appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too, buddy.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more motorsports with Paris Auto Speedway and Matt Mitchell right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170, The Answer.